And again, after this, 5 games remaining for Dallas, and 4 of the 5 are home. Although very tough competition. They've got a big game coming up this week against Utah that might decide on who gets that 7th spot.
And Utah has a very difficult and heavily dominated road schedule, and Utah has probably been as disappointing as any team when it comes to their road play comparative to their talent level.
Nowitzki, open jumper. Dirk Nowitzki, 9 of 11 from the field. Dallas shooting 63%. And it's back up to 26.
And Jason Kidd's 20th assist. How long do you play him in the 4th quarter trying to go for that single season assist record?
Dragic, nice move inside. Again, Scott Skiles has the record. Skiles did it way back in 90. Played against, and what helped him, and he'll be the first one to tell you, it was against Denver when Denver was the high-scoring team. And that game wasn't close. You see all the A's for the assists for Jason Kidd. 20 assists, just 2 turnovers.
Once again, it's another record, most assists for the Mavs.
Talk about the way that he started out. Post up, made plays, then all of a sudden began to become a facilitator. Time and time again, pushing the ball in transition, finding guys in the half-court set, and then to end the first half, just throws it in. And you can't count that. If he passes me and becomes number 2, or when he does, I'm not accepting that play. I'm going to wait for the next one.
Your high was 22. That was your career high.
Points?
Well, there's the numbers again. He's passed Oscar and Magic. Talk about passing 2 of the all-time greats. And now you're next on the list, and then John Stockton, number 1. Stockton, number 1 in assists and steals. Kidd is 7th in steals. Of course, that was a very controversial trade here as Terry knocks down the jumper, obtaining Kidd from New Jersey for Devin Harris. And Jared Dudley has it stripped and stolen.
I don't think there's any question that Jason Kidd is a first ballot Hall of Famer. When you look at his body of work, outstanding career, and still has some stuff that he wants to accomplish.
You know, this year it's a career high for him in assist to turnover ratio. It's the best he's ever had in his career this season. He's 2nd in the NBA. Jose Calderon is 1st. And obviously not the defensive player he was. Obviously when you get older you don't have the quickness, but still the smarts defensively.
Well, and I like that he gives a team a versatile defender where he's not very good against the jet quick point guards, but he does allow them to play Jason Terry as a shooting guard because Terry can then guard the point guards and Kidd has the size to guard the 2s.
And Coach and I would agree that he's not good at defending the Darren Williams and the Chris Pauls of the world, but he's certainly their best defender against big perimeter guards like Kobe Bryant.
Lead back up to 28, equaling the largest of the game. Barbosa's been red hot shooting the ball. He's got 24 points in 22 minutes. As we wind down the 3rd quarter. It's been a long 3rd quarter. First half seemed to fly by. Correa gets in there to Bass. Brandon Bass throws it down. No resistance. As a team, they have 29 assists. That's an excellent number. Dragic on the jump shot.
That was a high pick and roll with J.J. Barrera making the play to Brandon Bass.
Howard inside, foul by Lopez. And Josh Howard will go to the line. NBA calendar on Tuesday. A lot of big games for the playoff picture. NBA Fan Night, New Orleans playing at Miami. Then Wednesday on ESPN, Portland at San Antonio, Utah at Dallas. That could be a huge game, again, for that 7th spot. And then Thursday on TNT, Philly and Chicago. Bulls trying to wrap up a playoff spot. Philadelphia up to 5th. Denver at the Lakers on the next Sunday. 2 important games, Dallas at New Orleans, followed by Boston at Cleveland. You just have no idea who's going to play who in the first round, especially in the West. And it's really hard to pick a sleeper team because so many teams are incomplete right now, missing guys because of injuries or guys just coming back. So it's hard to get a handle on who's going to be a problem in the postseason. Unless Dallas comes up, or excuse me, unless Phoenix comes up with one of the great fourth quarters in the history of the league, it looks like they're not going to be in the postseason. Down by 30. And a disappointing performance here this afternoon on the road.
Hey, if Lyle Lovett could marry Julia Roberts, anything can happen, Mike. Keep it positive. They got a chance.
Dudley.
They got no chance.
That was the Dan Marley rallying cry for the team. If that can happen, anything can happen. Anything would be possible. But as you said earlier, they could have used Marley's defense.
You showed me the Suns' defense and Lyle Lovett. I would have taken Lyle Lovett's chance.
Berea. Howard's going to have to put it up at the buzzer. Shocked that didn't go in the way things have bounced the Mavericks' way. 3/4 complete here in Dallas. The Mavericks with a dominant performance. A 30-point lead over the Phoenix Suns. This presentation of the NBA on ABC continues after this message and a word from our ABC stations. In Dallas, they still have fans, Nash fans here in Dallas. He spent 6 years with the Mavericks as a teammate of Dirk Nowitzki. Had a lot of good years. Right now, his former team with as impressive a dominant performance as you can have in a big game. Question for Dallas, can they do it again for the remainder of the season? Maybe get up to that 7th spot as Dragic puts it in.
Well, their job is to take care of business this afternoon, which they are doing, and then put themselves in position. Playing Utah next makes that game even bigger.
The thing for Utah is Utah, for their final 6 games, are on the road, and as Jeff mentioned earlier, they're a real struggling road team, so it's certainly open. It's really going to be fun to watch the last 10 days of the regular season, how the playoff seedings finish up, because it makes all the difference in the world on who can advance. Amundsen. And Berea the rebound. Nowitzki clears out on the break and puts it in out of foul. Amundsen with a slight push. 27 for Nowitzki, 10 of 12 from the field. And there's his father. Father Yurd just arrived yesterday. He's going to stay about a week or so. Dirk telling us before the game, loves when his dad visits, comes a couple of times a year. His dad was a great handball player. The story goes that when Dirk was younger, as Dragic coach, Amundsen fouled. When he was a kid, he liked to play basketball. And his dad was disappointed he didn't follow him as a handball player. But his dad quickly turned around when he saw what a great basketball player his son was. As Amundsen goes to the line.
Well, my dad was really my biggest role model in sports and in life. Taught me everything I know, and discipline. And he was pretty hard on me as a kid, but that's what you're supposed to be as a dad. So he was great. He was influencing me in all sorts of sports, but outside of sports, and stay humble, stay in school, and all the right things.
Well, his dad had some health issues a couple of years ago. Dirk was very proud to tell us he quit smoking, feeling much better, made the trip over. He also said his mom doesn't like the long trips, so she didn't come over. So it's Dirk and his dad for a week. Maybe get to see some playoff games if he stays. There's Dallas on the verge of, they won't clinch it today, but they'll come very close. Berea. Lopez the block, Singleton misses. And Dudley the rebound. Watched his son put up 28 points, and his son's team put up one of their best performances of the season. And a very important game as Amundsen misses. .32 lead. Their largest victory of the season is 24. I don't know if should be more impressed with how well Dallas played or how disappointed on how poorly Phoenix played.
Well, to me, it's a combination of both. Dallas Mavericks, certainly after giving up early baskets, locked up and began to play solid basketball. The Phoenix Suns, this is just an embarrassing effort in a must-win ballgame.
Yeah, I'm very impressed with what Dallas did. You know, the offensive efficiency was tremendous, obviously aided by a very porous Phoenix defense.
Singleton left open. Barea the rebound. Again, a key for Dallas this week, and if they do make the playoffs, can Josh Howard stay healthy? You've seen what a difference he can make. He played very well today. There's baskets inside, counted out, foul. Everybody having a great time out there for the Mavericks. 62% shooting.
Dribble penetration. Anytime you allow teams to get paint touches, it's a recipe for disaster. Right dishes off the bat.
6 players in double figures. If you're just tuning in, they had 81 points in the first half, 81-59. They've been up by double figures most of the game. Largest lead, 33. Enabling them to have some chuckles on the bench. Make it 35 now. I don't think anybody expected this.